airport the past few days? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or?
No, I pulled an Andy. I got an Airbnb.
Oh, did?
And I'm really glad I did. Really glad I did because I hadn't showered and I didn't want to be, roasting or stewing in my own juices, for a couple of days. So I really needed to get cleaned up. And I looked at some hotels and they got really bad reviews. The cheapest one was like cockroaches. Another person said, I went in and went right back out. I got my money back. And another one said, I found heroin needle above the bed. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. So then I went to Airbnb and found one that was a little bit out of town. But it was really nice. It was a private entry off the home.
Yes.
Had my own room, bathroom, just really, really nice, quiet, beautiful area called Fountain City, which is outside of Knoxville. And so for 2 days, it cost me what it would have cost me one day at a fairly decent hotel in the airport area. So that's what I ended up doing. And because you maybe know the story, I missed my flight Monday.
You're sometimes are breaking up. Are you? I wonder if it's because you're moving.
Maybe so. I'm trying to stay stationary. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you were talking about you missed your flight.
I missed my flight Monday because I was just messing around. I was on some phone calls, and I keep my watch on California time, which sometimes will mess me up on the local time because I remember this isn't the time zone I'm in. This is different. Yeah. So anyway, I got to the airport in Knoxville. It was like they rolled up the carpets. It was a 6 o'clock flight, and it was the last flight out of the airport. And there happened to be someone from Frontier there, and they said, "Oh, we're flying out Friday." It's like, I don't want to wait till Friday. So got on my cell phone, found a flight. But for the next day, the flight was going to cost me like $500. It's like, I cannot spend that. And then I found if I waited a couple of days, it was like less than $2. So I figured, okay, I'll spend money on an Uber. I'll get an Airbnb, and to save myself, a few $100s. And so that's what ended up happening. That's why I ended up staying over. And then, like an idiot, I got to the airport on time Wednesday for my flight. And then I was doing some reading and stuff, and I was waiting to hear the announcement of the flight back to San Diego. I didn't hear it, and then I looked at my watch and noticed, I missed my flight again. So then I went and this time it was an American Airlines, which has more flights. And I went, and they said, well, we have a flight that was supposed to have left 2 hours ago, and it's delayed because of the mechanical situation. Yeah. It's leaving in about 45 minutes. We'll just put you on standby for that. But no, you'll get in, not to worry. And I knew why she said that, because when I got on the plane, the first plane I got on, the jet, was a teeny little 54 passenger. I'd never been on one so small. There's the aisle, and on the right is single seats all the way back, single seats. On the left is 2 seats all the way back. So 18 rows of 3, so 54 seats and only 12 people on that flight.
That's when I fly out of Bakersfield, which I much prefer. I'll pay the extra money than dealing with LAX and all that nightmares.
Yeah. And then when I did my layover, which went to Chicago O'Hare, and then I got on a 180 passenger jet, but there were only 40 people on that one. So midweek, different than on the weekend, it seems to be kind of packed. But midweek flying, it's like a ghost town at the airport.
Yeah.
And there's nobody on the planes. And they're really big about, as soon as you come onto the property, you're masked up the whole time. On the plane, they even make an announcement. American Airlines says, if you do not wear a mask, we will take
the plane back
and ban you from future flying American Airlines. They are very, very serious about masking up. Now, when you go to the food court, hey, everybody's eating, so masks are off. You're eating, but
speaking of catching things and stuff, I know you have an iPhone, so I'm going to put here's the it doesn't come in very well. Here's the iPhone, and I can't see the picture, but it has this thing called alarms. that you can put on, and
Oh,
your phone always has the right time because Apple syncs you to wherever you are in the world. So you can make an
yeah.
alarm, and you could put like half a dozen of them. So your phone will scream at you, and I know you're on your phone, and it'll tell you to. So
Yeah.
so don't rely on
Well,
your wristwatch, and put it on your phone and make
we
it.
did that. Yeah, we did that last Friday when we were doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Uh, I was like, "Oh, geez, I'm supposed to be boarding right now. They're going to shut the gate, shut the door in 2 minutes." I get caught up in stuff,
Oh, I
and
know. Yeah. But
I
that's why I would
don't
say I'm not. I mean,
alarms.
I'm teasing
No,
you,
it's
but
good.
you always have your phone on you, and I
Yeah.
set those alarms, and I'm the type of person that I never use alarms. Like if I had to be up at 3 a.m., I wake up at 2:55. Like probably Blanca's like never heard an alarm go off ever since she's known me because I just have like this clock in my head. But I've set them sometimes, and I get really annoyed because it then goes off when I'm like taking a shower and I'm supposed to be in bed, and I have to
Uh,
get out of the shower and turn the thing off because it blares. It's pretty damn annoying,
mm,
and you can set lots of them. Speaking of it, it was kind of I love Airbnb with sponsored podcast on my YouTube, but talking about Airbnbs, they are really a great way to travel and do not mess with the hotels. Because one of the things I hate about hotels, besides the price, is you have a reservation, and it doesn't matter the hotel. You walk up to the front desk, and they act like, "Oh, hey, how are you? What are you doing here?" You're like, "I'm here to check in." "Oh, you have a reservation?" They always like they most of the clerks at every hotel I ever go to seem like it's their first day on the job, or they don't know they're at a hotel. They literally are like surprised you're there. Like, yeah, and then you tell them your name, and they're like, they never can just go, "Here you go." Airbnbs are awesome. They send you a text message and say the door code is 669. You punch it in. Sometimes you see the people, sometimes you don't. You get a bedroom, you get a shower. When I did across Sears the last time, I got an Airbnb for 8 days, and it ended up being like 20 something dollars a night. I mean, I had it for like
wow.
$200 for the entire week, and it was like 2 or 3 miles from the race. And I was literally just driving over when I take a break. I walked in the front door. The for some reason there was a bathroom right by the front door, and my bedroom was right there. So I would like walk in, take a shower, pass out on the bed for 2 hours, and then go back to the race. And so I highly recommend the Airbnbs is a way to go, and just definitely cost effective. And so I'm glad you kind of did
And
that.
it's a psychological thing too. When you go to a hotel, I don't know about you, but when I go to a hotel, maybe because I've done so many of them when I was doing the 100-mile record, and I'd go there by myself. I mean, most of the time if I drove, I just sleep in my car. But if I was flying, it's lonely in a
Yeah.
hotel.
Oh
When you
yeah.
go to an Airbnb, it feels homey.
Oh
It's
yeah.
homey, and it just feels the atmosphere just feels so much better, and it just doesn't feel quite like you're so far away from home.
Oh
In
yeah,
my
most
At
definitely.
least for
And
me.
I actually kind of feel bad because a lot of times when I go to use Airbnbs, the people that get often I use the super hosts or people that are, they get you get donations, and they're so friendly and nice. I feel bad because usually I'm getting in there, I'm trying to rest up for something crazy, and then I'm gone crack of dawn, and then I come back late, and I think they're kind of like almost like, gosh, we just didn't even see them, because a lot of times when I get, they review you and you review them, like, yeah, he kept the place clean, but we didn't really hear from or talk to him because he was in and out. And people who know me, I obviously with a podcast love to talk, but usually I'm just so worn out or stressed out. But it's a great way to just kind of decompress, and definitely a way to do it, I think. And definitely when you go off on your world tour again with the 60 hundreds, depending on how you do it, you definitely want to look into doing those Airbnbs, and or also maybe contact people um, you know along the route. In fact, speaking of that, it's kind of, we were talking about it earlier this week about the Patreon page, and that's obviously